Greetings, fellow movie lovers. Welcome to 25 Cent Film, where we explore the world of cinema in the 21st century. I'm your host, McNeill Mullikin, and today we are bringing 25 Cent Film back for a whole new edition. We've covered every year, 2000 through 2024. We've even done the 25 Cent Film Awards. Today we're going to do something different. For the rest of the year, we're going to be covering broader subjects surrounding cinema in the 21st century. And today we're starting with best 21st century film scores. And finally, there's a surprise to this new edition of 25 Cent Film. I am joined by your new co-host. He's been on multiple episodes. He's a fellow film fanatic and podcaster. We live one time zone apart now and share roughly 90% of the same taste in film. He is Justin DaSilva, and he will be co-hosting these episodes moving forward. How are you doing, Justin?
I'm doing very good. Man, that intro makes me feel so good that we're doing this. I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too. I'm so excited for this. This has been definitely a process in the making. We've tried to launch this a few different times. You got sick, I got sick, and I think maybe like multiple times or something, or different reasons have come up why we haven't gotten started yet. But
we both moved.
Yes, we did. We both moved. We're doing video now, which I haven't done yet. So that's exciting. And I'm excited to get into this, especially because you and I are both musicians and have a very strong love for film scores in particular. I feel like if both of us lived in an alternate universe, we probably would be composers or something like that. Yeah. But now we're podcasters instead. So
we just talk about the music.
Yeah. But we're going to jump straight to the chase with these episodes moving forward. Because we obviously don't have we could talk about like Oscar stuff if we wanted to, but like for film scores, it's like, let's just talk about the ones we love. We don't need to analyze what years got it right, what years got it wrong. So we're just going to talk about our top 5 favorites. We'll start with our number 5, and we'll go back and forth. After number 2, we'll go to our honorable mentions, and then we'll reveal our number 1s. I don't know how much overlap we're going to have. I think there could be some primarily in the honorable mentions, but I don't really think there's going to be much overlap because I think we have similar tastes, but like different scores we gravitate towards. So I don't know. I'm just curious to see how this turns out, and I'm going to stop rambling. We're going to jump into it. So, Justin, what's your number 5?
All right, number 5. This is tough, man. There's so many good scores. I think number 5, I'm going to go with TENET.
Whoa, really? Nice. Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
you know what? I should have seen that coming because like when I came to Florida that time, you were like only listening to the TENET score of the car.
Oh, yeah. No,
and you talked about how much you love that score.
Yeah, and it's only grown since then. Like every single time I listen to it, I realize how much more I love it and how it's just creative that score is. It just blows my mind. Like literally any sound you can think of is probably in there and it works.
Yeah.
And Ludwig, I mean, like that was his first collab with Nolan, and I was not ready for it because I love Zimmer, and I was like, no, don't break ties. Not that they had anything bad, but like he brought on Ludwig, and man, like I see why. He's a genius. I mean, in later scores with other movies that may or may not be mentioned, he's just done a phenomenal job across the board. But TENET is my favorite score from Ludwig. So
yeah,
sucks that I have to have it at 5, but that just means the ones that are above it are just that good. So in my opinion,
yeah, for sure. Ludwig Göransson is, I think, one of those composers to look out for. He's obviously made a huge splash in the scene, but I think in 10 to 20 years from now, he could be considered maybe not quite on the same level as somebody like John Williams or Hans Zimmer. That might take like 30 years to build the same kind of like repertoire that they have. Yeah. But he's on track to becoming one of the greats, I think. He just doesn't have as much under his belt as they do. But like, you know, with Black Panther, TENET, Oppenheimer, he's doing Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey next. He just did Sinners, which I would argue is his best score so far. Actually, I don't know. Is that or Oppenheimer? One of the two, I think. Yeah, but TENET's really great. I love the... Yeah, it's hard to pick. TENET's cool because he did that reverse sound effect to play along with
Mm-hmm.
like the inverted entropy that
Yep.
Tenet plays with. And I just thought the sound effects in it were super cool. The instrumentation of it's great. It's a really genius score,
Yeah.
especially compared like side by side with that script, you know.
There's one thing that I forgot to say just now. It probably could be similar to the scores that you'll pick and talk about, but
Okay.
specifically with my top five, at least, without the scores, the movie, especially for Tenet, the movie would just not be that good, in my opinion. Like, still a good movie, but like the music makes up almost 50% of why I love Tenet so much.
Hmm.
Um, and a couple other movies that I'll name later are the same thing for me, which is why I love music so much and why I think it's a hugely, vastly important part in filmmaking, contrary to some people's beliefs. But
We don't have to name names.
no names. But yeah, Tenet's number five for me, and crazy, it's already been 5 years since that dropped.
Oh my god, dude. 5 years since the pandemic doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know if I believe in time anymore. I don't think it's necessarily real. And
That's
watching
yeah,
Tenet will also make you think that.
yeah. Oh, but yeah.
Speaking
What
of which,
it?
I feel like this is a good segue for my number five, talking about time.
Mm-hmm.
My number five, I don't think you've seen this movie,
Oh,
is The Fountain.
I have not seen that movie. I went back through our text and saw that's you had one of three scores you needed me to listen to, and I
Hmm.
only listened to one of them. But it's been so long, so I don't remember any of them. But yeah, I haven't seen Fountain yet.
The Fountain is. I've talked about the movie on the 2006 episode, so if anybody wants to hear my thoughts on that, they can go there. But and same with Tenet. I talked about Tenet in the 2020 episode. But the Fountain score is composed by Clint Mansell. He does a lot of collaborations with the famous director Darren Aronofsky,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this is his masterpiece. I also think it's just completely slept on. The movie and the score both, but particularly the score. I mean, obviously I'm biased because it's on my list, but if I wanted to just look at the music objectively and for what it does for the movie, I think I would argue that it is one of the two most underrated scores ever. The other one I'll get to later. But the movie itself is this very unique spiritual journey, and the score really does a great job capturing that. It's one of those scores where you can listen to it and it really puts you in the feels and it makes you feel what the movie wants you to, but it also puts you in this very thoughtful headspace as well. It's very interesting, and I think it really goes along with like it complements the thought provoking nature of the film along with like the emotional side of it too, because it really does a good job of balancing the two. The movie does,
Mm-hmm.
and the score is just such a great compliment for it. There are some really good motifs that it has that
Mm-hmm.
recur throughout the score, but in different ways and different instrumentations. Clint Mansell collaborated on the score with the I think it's the Kronos Quartet. I hope that's the name of them. I could be wrong, but even
Okay.
if yeah, if you could look it up. But it's just such a beautiful score. The quartet is just
Chro-
phenomenal. Like every time that there is that was that right? Kronos.
Yeah, Chronos, dude. That
Okay.
that that word, that's one of my favorite words ever, Chronos, because of The
Really?
Incredibles.
Oh, yeah. But it's the instrumentation of the quartet is just so good, and it really drives the entire score. There is one piano driven song. It's just the whole score is pretty much just piano, and I think it plays in the credits, but it's a slept on song as well. But yeah, dude, like that score is phenomenal. Anytime I never skip it if it comes on the playlist at all. It's so good. I could talk about it for days. And people should check it out. Like, just listen to the music if you don't want to watch the movie, because the movie is a bit divisive. People are it's a bit of a hit or miss for people. But
big name actors, or just kind of a smaller?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh
Jackman? Hugh Jackman and Rachel Weisz, or Weiss, however you say her last name.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I mispronounced it likely. But yeah, the two of them, they're the leads in the film.
Yeah, no, I've definitely heard about it from you. I would probably like to watch the movie first, and then listen to the score afterwards. I feel like sometimes when I listen to scores beforehand, I end up trying to predict the movie, or it spoils the movie because of titles. So
right, yeah.
But yeah, no, that's from what I heard you say. That sounds like a very intriguing score to listen to for sure.
I think what it does for The Fountain is what Hans Zimmer's score does for Interstellar, because it explores similar themes in different ways, but they're both like very emotional films that are very philosophical and thought-provoking, and it's just another one of those rare sci-fi scores that does a great job capturing the dichotomy of those two ideas, or those two approaches to sci-fi. And it's just fantastic. I can't say enough good things about it. But yeah, that's my number 5, The Fountain.
That's awesome. I'm
What's
going
number 4?
Old school and keeping notes.
Nice. I was gonna do notes, and I just didn't do it. It's the first time I'm going scriptless. Not scriptless, but like I don't have like a bullet point list of notes that I normally like to do, just to have like a talking points. I'm riffing.
Yeah, no, man, I'm realizing how many scores I'm leaving on the board. But honorable mentions.
I know, right? That's why my honorable mention list is so long. But
we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Right, the Declaration of Independence of honorable mentions. Yes. All right, number 4 for me. This is tough, dude. It's always tough. Who am I kidding? Number 4. I'm gonna go with Joker.
Nice. That's a good pick.
I think that one is the one out of the 5 that I feel the most. If the music didn't exist, the movie would just be not as good. Like,
I could get behind that.
Yeah, like the movie I think is great. I think it's a classic for me, even though it's only like 6 years old. I think it's going to be a classic for sure. But the score, dude, it's just blew me away. Like I was not expecting the score to be anything. I was expecting just to see Joker do some fun stuff or just crazy stuff. No idea who this lady was, and she put herself on the map with that one, just like Ludwig did with a couple movies. Like, this was her. I mean, I'm pretty sure she did Chernobyl, the limited series, which is one of the best limited series ever. And I didn't know that, but yeah, check it. Fact check me. But
we'll fact check each other.
Like, yeah. Joker was, I mean, every single song just has so much weight to it. It's unbelievable. Like, all of these soundtracks, even honorable mentions that we'll talk about, I've listened to countless times. But I mean, Joker, Tenet, I've listened to quite a bit, but Joker is such a short and concise, like, I want to say like 30-minute-ish score from top to bottom.
That sounds about right. It is. She did do Chernobyl, by the way.
You got to see that show. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I do need to watch it.
But yeah, Joker. I mean, every single track fits so well into the feel of the movie. It's like hard to explain, but I feel like you know what I mean, and I feel like people who like the movie or have seen it will know what I mean too. Like, it just blends like perfectly. And the strings. Oh. I don't know how she did it. Like, it's just so
haunting. It's really haunting.
Haunting, yeah. Haunting, deeply emotional, and just like twisted too. Like,
like it really captures that disturbing essence of the film.
Yeah, like the movie is already trying to mislead you, but the score is also trying to mislead you too, which is incredible.
Right.
So,
right.
I could put this higher, like now that I'm talking about it, but I feel like 4 is a solid spot for it. So Joker at number 4. Let's go. We're
Nice.
going
And
2020,
also,
2019.
yes. And then minus 2006, so we're like not even on the same track. But I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name. I may have tried in the 2019 episode because knowing myself, I probably practiced.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's Hilder something, starts with a G. I can't pronounce it. But she won best original score that year.
Dude, I'm
Which
so
had
happy
not
she did.
happened for, I don't believe that's happened for, or I think that's the only time that's happened for a comic book film.
Yeah.
Ludwig Göransson was nominated for Black Panther. And there might have been some others in the past. Like, I can't remember if Zimmer ever got one for Dark Knight trilogy or if Danny Elfman ever got one because he's done a few. But I don't think Elfman was nominated for either of those.
I'm gonna
But
look up.
she was definitely the first to win. And what was crazy, this blows my mind, and I don't know if you know this, but if you do, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote the score once she read the script and before they filmed it. So it was like that music existed really before the movie did, even though it was on paper, but like she didn't have anything visual to like play that music off of when she was writing it. It just went straight out of her head and it worked because she understood the script so well.
That's,
as the kids say, she understood the assignment.
dude, I mean, yeah. Hopefully my kids don't say that, but they probably will.
I kind of cringe myself for saying that because I really take pride in not saying all of the stupid quips that our generation says because I don't understand them. I don't understand what any of them mean, but I understand that one.
Dude,
makes sense.
You were, well, actually, okay. So keep in mind, I'm asking Gemini. So if Gemini is wrong, it's not my fault. Ludwig got nominated for Black Panther. Hilder got obviously won for Joker. John Williams was nominated for Superman.
Oh,
Danny Elfman for The Batman. James Horner for The Rocketeer. Great movie. Hans Zimmer for The Dark Knight.
Wait, Danny Elfman for 89 Batman or Batman Returns?
89 Batman.
Okay, got it.
Which makes sense. That theme is iconic. Actually, quite a few. Silvestri for Avengers, and then Giacchino for The Incredibles.
I don't think Silvestri did. Pretty sure. I don't think he.
Oh,
I don't think.
Yeah. It says while not nominated. Duh.
Oh,
I just saw the
I'm better than Gemini.
Yeah. But yeah, but still, I mean, like she's the only one who won for a comic book movie. That says something about the score.
Yeah.
And yeah, I that fact that she wrote all of the music before the movie was filmed, I will never understand that. Like, it just because we've composed, for short films and stuff, me and you, for like individual projects, and just thinking about, I've composed a main theme roughly, but I've always altered it once the movie's done. I wonder how much work was done like after the fact. Or I guarantee you they could have I think, if I'm not mistaken, Todd Phillips said one time they literally just played the music in the bathroom scene, and Phoenix was just doing his thing, literally experiencing the music for himself, and it just created one of my favorite scenes ever, honestly.
It's a great scene. That's one of the best scenes in the movie. Yeah. Also, I did look up, Danny Elfman has not been nominated for, or was not nominated for Batman for score.
Yeah. He's never been nominated?
He has a few times, so it wasn't for a comic book movie.
Oh, comic book movie, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, Joker, that's a great choice. The bathroom dance is a really good track.
And the ending track, too.
Devastating.
Yeah, I think Call Me Joker, that's what it's called.
Yes, yeah, that's a good one.
So good.
That's it. It's chill inducing.
You just feel it throughout your entire body.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what is your number 4?
All right, my number 4. I've kind of flip flopped my number 4 and my number 3 a few times. So yeah, I guess it really depends on the day. But as of now, my number 4 is Little Women.
That's another one I have not. I didn't get to listen to that one, or I have not seen the movie. But that was 2019, correct?
It was. So we're like we're stagnating in that year now.
Yeah.
We'll see if we keep doing that.
Yeah.
I really really love this music. It's actually that's my favorite score from 2019. If I could have had it my way, just because based on what score I like the best and just the overall diversity of the soundtrack, I think Little Women was the best. But Joker, I think, was the most deserving to win because of how she wrote that music before the film was ever made.
Yeah.
That's just so impressive. That's like an impressive feat on its own that I just think it deserves the Oscar for it. But Little Women, if we're just talking about the music itself, I would have gone with Little Women. Alexandre Desplat wrote the score for this. It's a Greta Gerwig film. Stacked cast, but Alexandre Desplat is one of my 5 favorite composers. I think he's a very underrated composer as well, but he's got a really lot of heavy hitting soundtracks out there. I just don't think people talk about him as enough as they do people like Hans Zimmer or Danny Elfman or Silvestri or James Horner or whoever, but he's been around almost the same amount of time. Like, he's in the same age range and everything. He just started internationally originally because he's not American.
Yeah.
But so many people that work on, Hollywood films aren't even American anyways. But he's such a talented composer. Every time you hear his score, it's very distinctly his. Like, I can point out, like, even if I don't know who did the score in a movie and I hit play and I hear the music and it sounds like his, I'm like, that's Alexandre Desplat. He just has a very distinct style. Movies like, The Shape of Water. I don't like the movie, but he did the score, Girl with a Pearl Earring. He's done a lot of Wes Anderson movies. Just very distinctly his. But Little Women, I think, is his best. It's fantastic. There's so many great tracks in it. There's a style of music that I'm very drawn to. It's a very like elegant sounding classical style of music, and he does a great job with that. Benjamin Button, that's another one of his. But Little Women just kind of captures that time period really well. It's very piano driven. There's a lot of strings, but there, like no percussion really or anything like that. And it's just very strings and piano. And I love that instrumentation choice, especially for this movie being a period piece. And it can be whimsical, it can be joyful, but it can also be sad and somber. And there's just so many different themes that recur, but it's a huge album. There's so many tracks. And I could just listen to it all the time. Like, it's perfect background music. You know how a lot of people like to have smooth jazz on in the background?
Yeah.
Give me this instead. Like, this is great music. Just easy to listen to. You could drive to it. You could walk to it. You could work to it, I guess, if you're one of those people that can multitask. Unlike me, because I cannot. But it's such a great score. I love it. It's grown on me over the years so much. Like, I loved it when I first listened to it, and it keeps getting better and better every time. And it's so good.
Dude, yeah, I would love to watch that one down the road. It was one of the things, like the title, like I thought it was, I mean, I don't know if it is, but I thought it was like kind of like a Pride and Prejudice based off the title, where it's like more for girls to watch because it's called Little Women, and I just never got around to seeing it.
I mean, it's obviously a more like feminine film because the characters are 4 sisters and their mother plays a big role in it, so it's clearly not like the most masculine film ever made. But it I think the score, it captures that energy, but it also, I don't know, it's a little neutral to it as well. I think it more kind of enhances the period than it does the characters, but there are certain themes that kind of enhance the different emotions they experience. But the emotions that they experience aren't singular to them being women. I think it's like what the things they experience are things anybody can, like, you know, loss, love, regret, all those things, you know, happiness, sadness.
Yeah.
The story covers a lot. But
How long?
and huh?
How long is the movie?
I think it's like 2 hours 15 or so. Like average length.
Add it to the queue.
Got to add a Letterboxd. A Letterboxd watch list.
What was that noise, dude?
I don't know. It was a little frightening.
No, that's yeah. So I mean, it sucks. I haven't seen your first two, but I've got to at least have seen one of your top five for sure. I mean,
oh yeah, I know for sure. There's two you have seen.
Okay,
yeah,
all right. But yeah,
I think it's the next two.
Okay, solid pick, man. So we got Okay, yeah. So we only have one in the 2000s, and then we have two in the 2010s, and then one in the 2020s. So far.
Correct. All right.
I like this.
What's your number three? Is that where we are?
Number three for me. This is I'm shocking myself with all these picks, honestly, because I thought this whole list was going to be kind of like discombobulated. But number three, I'm going to go Tron Legacy.
Dude, that's a good one. That's so different from anything we've talked about so far, too.
Yes, and I think that's why it stands out. Because it is probably the only one that's very different from the five I have. Maybe closest is Tenet, but Tron Legacy is just so freaking cool. Like that's the only score they've ever composed, if I'm not mistaken.
Daft Punk, I believe so. I'll check.
Yeah, but even if not, come on, you're coming out the gate with. You're starting the 2010s, Tron Legacy. I mean, yeah, Disney was trying to, combat with Star Wars before they bought, that property, whatever. I love Tron Legacy so much. I will defend it to the day I die. I do not care if someone has anything to say bad about it. I literally do not care. That's one movie about that I feel that way, and the score just elevates that entire feeling. Every single track. It is a long score, and the deluxe edition's even longer. I'm probably about 2 hours, an hour and 45 maybe. I listen to that like light work. Some tracks may blend together when you listen to it, the score itself, but when it's used in the movie, it's literally a video. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like you're just mashing all these EDM dubstep buttons together, and it's so cool, man. Like, it brings me back to being a kid holding my DVD of Tron Legacy, acting like it's the disc in the games. And I mean, there's banger after banger. If I pulled up this track list, I don't know if you've really listened to it that much, but
I have, yeah.
Like,
and I actually have a lot recently. I'll explain why though in a little bit.
All of these red spots on the right here are favorited songs. So like almost the entire soundtrack's favorited.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's keep it short and simple. Tron Legacy, Daft Punk, they killed it. They're literally one and done. Was it basically their only one?
It was. Yeah. I just fact checked that. I flew to Colorado for a wedding not too long ago, and I don't know what came over me, but the flight got delayed like 2 hours, and my girlfriend Fiona and I were watching Tron. I was like, let's watch Tron. I pull out Disney Plus, I watch it only because I had just seen F1 and I wanted to watch all of Joseph Kosinski's films, and I was convinced I had seen Tron. I knew I'd seen at least a part of it, like definitely the beginning when I was a kid. But I was watching it, I was like, I've not watched this before. So it definitely was a first time watch. I thought I had seen it, but I was already so familiar with the score because it like dominated pop culture when it came out, and it's become like one of those scores that if people were to make an if you were to read an article or watch a Watch Mojo video on YouTube or something like that, I'm pretty sure you would find Daft Punk's score for Tron Legacy in like the contention for one of the greatest scores of the 21st century, hands down. Like it was that iconic, it was that groundbreaking. It's influenced a lot that's followed it. It's been a heavy influence on sci-fi in general, and it's such a great score, dude. And like that's not even my favorite. Like that's like probably my least favorite style of score, just in general. Like I'm not big into electronic music or anything, but just what it does for that movie is so captivating and so mesmerizing, and it just hooks you in, you know. And I'm listening to it, and then I just started listening to it outside of the movie, which is crazy for me because that's not a genre I like, but I like it in this sense. Yeah. So, yeah. Dude, that's cool. That's cool. That's on your list.
And it stayed relevant somehow, even before Tron Ares was announced, because of just memes. Yeah. Like, I'm sure you've seen some. And the slowed and reverb versions are dope.
Yeah. And if Daft Punk isn't coming back because they aren't, Nine Inch Nails is the perfect follow-up for Tron Ares. I'm so glad that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are involved with that movie. Like I think it could be just as good for sure, possibly better, but I'm not willing to go there yet just because of how iconic it is for Tron Legacy.
Yeah, I think it very well could be on the same level. I just think the nostalgia for me, I'll always say Legacy's got the best score, but
yeah, that's fair.
I feel pretty confident that this new movie, first, that I'm gonna like it no matter what, even if it's not that good, just because I'm a Tron fan, and that the score is gonna be great. So yeah, I can't wait for that one. I love the new trailer too. I don't know if you saw that one, but
I did, dude. It looks good.
Cool, man.
I'm so excited. I'm really excited for it. I need to go back and watch the original. I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it either. We're probably not gonna like it as much, but we need to watch it.
Yeah. Like that wasn't our generation. Like Tron Legacy came out in 2010. I was 10. You were like what, 11 or 12 probably?
13.
13? Okay. Yeah.
That's crazy. 2010, dude. Man, gosh.
Yeah. The great year of Inception.
Yeah. Speak of the devil. Yeah. No, yeah. What's your number 3?
All right, my number 3. This is a movie you definitely have seen, so you'll be able to speak to it, and that is Man of Steel.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I think this is Hans Zimmer's best score. This is a score that I honestly really struggle to describe because I just have like such a strong, almost like spiritual connection to that score. The way a lot of people do with Interstellar, which I think is a close second for Hans Zimmer. Like that's my second favorite score of his. Man of Steel is my favorite. You know, following in the footsteps of John Williams with what he did with Superman from 1978 was never going to be easy. Because that is, I mean, obviously talking today, you know, Superman, James Gunn's Superman with David Corenswet borrows from John Williams themes and motifs that he uses in that score. And, you know, Hans Zimmer had to do something different. Zack Snyder had a very different take on Superman as a character. It was a much more philosophical approach and less like comic booky. I don't know. It wasn't expected. It was how would the world respond to a figure like Superman actually existing? Would humans accept him? Would they reject him? Would there be a mix of both? And it's the philosophical themes that Snyder decided to go with for Man of Steel. I think Hans Zimmer really understood it. At least it comes across that way. And I say that because I watched an interview where he was really struggling to actually write anything for this, and he had a big writer's block, and eventually just got it out, and it worked. But
wow, I didn't know that.
He was kind of getting down to the wire, but whatever he did, like he worked some magic, and like the track "What Were You Gonna Do?" or "What Are You Gonna Do When You're Not Saving the World?" Just when that big epic part of the theme hits, like it I don't know, it's so overwhelming in like the best way possible.
Yeah.
But even like the soft piano parts throughout the score are really good. There's some really epic sounding tracks in there. Flight, I think, is the name of one of them.
Yep.
I will find him. You know, there's really powerful percussion in it. Oil Rig. Oil Rig has some crazy percussion, like that scene in the beginning where he's rescuing the guys in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good.
Arcade.
I don't know. There's, yeah,
General
yeah,
Zod's sound effect coming in towards like the dude.
yeah, yeah. It's just it's so good. I like I don't not even like I love all the different takes we've gotten on Superman and just theatrically speaking
I do
for
too.
live action. I don't think we've gotten a bad Superman. I don't think there is. Well, I mean, no, I say that in terms of the portrayals of the character, but I don't think we have. There are two bad Superman movies, not Superman 3 and 4, but we just pretend those don't exist. All the rest, I think, are good to great, and all the scores have been phenomenal. I like all the different approaches all the different angles that different directors have taken the character. But personally speaking, Man of Steel is my favorite. It's the movie that made me connect to the character. I didn't grow up liking Superman all that much as when I was a little kid. I just thought to me, he was a bit more surface level and just kind of like, I am Superman. I'm just here to do the right thing. And there just wasn't a lot interesting to me there. But the older I've gotten, the more I've grown to appreciate that. And I like that there's this conflicted take to like Superman and Man of Steel with his responsibilities as somebody with this amount of power on a planet where he wants to protect them but doesn't know if they'll accept them. And I don't know, it's just the score just with kind of what you're talking about, like if the movie would not be as good without the music. If somebody slapped a generic score on top of this movie, nobody would be talking about it the way they do today. I don't think. I stand by that.
No.
It's Hans Zimmer's music in Man of Steel is absolutely beautiful. It's epic. It can be tragic. It's grand. It's just so good. I love the score. It's slept on. People talk about, The Lion King or Interstellar or Inception or the Dark Knight trilogy, whatever, being Hans Zimmer's best. Man of Steel is its best. I will die on that hill. So, Man of Steel, that's my number 3.
Man, dude, I was not expecting you to have it in there. That's awesome. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have kind of known, but at the same time, there's just so many.
I think
scores.
we talked about it some.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, yeah, no, okay, yeah. I agree with everything you just said about Man of Steel, talking about the film points, Zack Snyder. I did not know that Zimmer had trouble with his writing.
I think it was on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast where he talked about that.
Okay.
If you want to check it out. His with Josh Horowitz, his interview on that was very interesting. He talked about all his big scores that he's composed, like Dune, Inception, Interstellar, Lion King, all of it. It's very fascinating.
I gotta watch that. I love seeing videos of him. I want to crack that dude's brain open and like study it.
I know. I want to see him live.
Dude, they're coming. Well, he's got a show this like second half of the year, but tickets are like $100, dude. I'm like, I don't know if I could swing that right now, at least. But it's Hans Zimmer. Maybe I should. Dude, I mean, honestly, if there's a show somewhere in between us, I will meet you and we can go together.
I'm in.
Let's
sold. Let me know.
Try. Like, I'll look it up.
What's between us? Nashville?
Probably, yeah. I say
the music capital of the country.
Dude, that would be dope.
Yeah.
I'll look it up and see if we can even like scramble up something. But
yeah, I'm just not driving to Atlanta. I hate it there.
I hate driving through Atlanta as well. So
Atlanta's the worst.
Yeah, no, I think Tennessee's probably a better middle point for us now.
Yeah.
Dude,
cool.
Okay, so we're on to number 2 now.
Yep.
Let's do it, man. I'm making a big switch.
Okay.
I'm making a big switch.
Okay. Switching your 2 to your 1?
No, I swapped one from honorable to my top 5.
Oh, wow. It just surpassed 4 or 5, or 5, 4, and 3.
Hearing you talk about Man of Steel and Zimmer made me make this switch, and it's completely
Ooh.
unrelated to Hans Zimmer or Man of
Oh, okay, never
Steel,
mind.
or it's just like that.
Okay.
That what you were talking about. Number two is going to be Godzilla Minus One.
That is not at all where I thought you were going.
I know that's what's funny about it, but
I can't. We watched that movie together. I can't. I don't know if I remember the score all that well. I'm gonna have to go back and check that one out.
that's what's genius. It blends so
Okay.
well with the movie. But I mean, I've listened to it a million times. I So here's the thing. John from Cinema 3D. He's a huge Godzilla fan. He's seen all of them a million times. He loves the classic Godzilla theme. They
Hmm.
have the Godzilla theme in Godzilla Minus One in three different parts, if you will, like part one, part two, part three. Each part is like crescendoing more than the last one.
Okay.
That's not even my like. Those are my three least favorite songs on the entire score, and John hates
Hmm.
me for it, but it's because the entire rest of the score is just so similar to Joker, where it's got a lot of haunting vibes. It's got a lot of strings and like emotional aspects to it, but also it's got the epicness. Like it's got all
Yeah.
three of those, and somehow I literally can't pronounce the guy's name, but or I don't know if it's a woman or a man, but whatever. It's just their name's hard to say. So that score I've listened to countless times since that movie, since I first saw that movie, and that's one of those where I can like vividly see the scenes in my mind when I'm listening to each track, and I love that about it. Like the very first track I think is called Fear. You've got to listen to at least that one sometime soon. Uh,
Okay.
that's how the movie or that's how the film opens. I mean, you've seen the movie, but like Godzilla
Yeah.
attacks the island, and it's very like it's got a lot of horror vibes, which I love. But when you listen to that track, it's just constantly building for 3 straight minutes, and by the end, you're like kind of stressed out to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, like can I just stop listening to this? But it's so good because of that. I had to put that in there. I don't think I could live with myself if I left that in honorable mentions because of how much it like changed my viewpoint on foreign films and how good like anyone can be at
Yeah.
a job, like I mean you mentioned earlier like a lot of people in Hollywood or like that work in Hollywood aren't from America, and it's like sometimes I just forget about that. Like I think everything's just here, and even though my heritage is from Europe, whatever, but like it's just, we're in this life daily basis, so it's like you forget about it. You always think about, the Marvel movies or whatever. But
Yeah. Yeah.
this one is like so special, and I think I think it should have. Oh no, that's the same year Oppenheimer came out, so I get it. But if Oppenheimer didn't exist, I think Minus One should have won the score. Wait,
Okay.
oh yeah, it won VFX, which thank God it won something. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I love that movie so much, and yeah, it's my number two. It's crazy, but I think I think that's a good spot for it as well.
Yeah. No,
It's
that's
weird to see it above Tron though. That's so weird for me, but I'm fine with it.
yeah. I'll have to revisit that score because I guess for some reason after I watched the movie I just never thought to go listen to the score like I do some others, but I'm gonna have to check that out and I'll get back to you
Yo,
on it.
I literally did not know a deluxe edition exists. I've never
Oh,
listened to
for
that.
Godzilla Minus One.
Yeah. Oh.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be looking
Yeah,
into this.
my pick for that year would have had to have been Oppenheimer to win, and obviously it did.
Yeah,
Poor Things also had a really great score that year. That would have been another one that I
it did.
would have been all right with winning.
Hmm.
And then a slept on score for that year was The Covenant. The Covenant, a great score. That
I've
was it was a Guy Ritchie war film with Jake Gyllenhaal. Really
I've
good.
never even heard of
Nobody,
that one.
no, yeah, most people didn't, but the score is so good.
I gotta check that out.
It's great. Yeah. Well, cool. All right, so
Oh yeah,
Godzilla Minus One. That is your number two. I can't say
two.
much about it 'cause I don't remember the music.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean it's not good though. I'll take your word for it.
yeah.
Um, my number
What's your
two. and I sometimes struggle with also putting this, like, I'm like, do I want this at number one or do I want this at number two? And ultimately I decided to put this at number two because my number one is probably the score that I've listened to the most that's not a big franchise movie. Like, that's not something Marvel or not Star Wars or Batman or whatever. And not that that's what I listen to the most, because those really aren't the types of scores I sit around listening to. So that's why I went with my number one at my number one. But my number two is probably the most nostalgic score for me of all time. It's my personal favorite franchise score. That is How to Train Your Dragon.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense.
It's not on your list, right?
I have it. I had it as an option, but it didn't make the top
Okay.
five. Yeah.
Okay. I talked a lot about How to Train Your Dragon in the 2010 episode. So if anybody wants to hear my thoughts there, they can go check that out. But I'll try my best just to stay on the music. Sometimes I've noticed I ramble a bit on the actual movies as well, but it's hard to not do that too. But
the movie's just too damn good.
It really is. John Powell's music for How to Train Your Dragon, not even just the first one, but honestly, like, if I'm just going to lump the whole trilogy there. I'm boycotting the live action one. I know you watched it and you told me to watch it, but I'm still actively boycotting it.
That is completely fine, but I'm here to tell you it is good, man.
I know. Everybody's been saying it's good. I don't know. I'm such a purist when it comes to that franchise. Like, it's so special to me. I'm like, I got kind of pissed that that was going to be another victim of studio money grabs trying to get live action remakes into the theaters, and I just was not having it because I love How to Train Your Dragon so much, and everybody's saying it's shot for shot, but it's just so cool. And I'm like, then what? Then watch the original. But
here's the thing. Sorry to interrupt you. Don't think about, because that's how I always thought about it. Shot for shot, I was like, I don't need to see it then. Like, at least give me something different. Even if I hate it, at least it's different, you know? Yeah. But think about it in the sense of you're watching just a remastered version of one of your favorite classic animated movies that you've seen. That's what I had to do, and it helped me. And when I got halfway through, I was like, wow, this is actually really good. Let me actually enjoy this. And then I got to the end, dude, I was tearing up, man. You don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
But that's the explanation.
But that's just lying to yourself. It's not remastered, it's remade.
It is lying to myself. But
you're justifying it, Justin.
Yeah, that's my name.
Exactly.
No, but yeah, Gerard Butler reprising his role is the one thing that I was like, okay, that's cool. Pretty awesome.
Yeah,
like,
and it's the same directors and the same composer. Yeah, they're all the same.
Is it really the same directors?
Oh yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's that
makes sense. You got to watch it, dude.
It's straight up a cash grab. That's all it is.
But at least it's the OG creators. At least I'll give them that.
That's true. That is. Yeah. It is the one. It's one of the few of like the animated like Disney or DreamWorks films that I think lends itself nicely to live action. Mm-hmm. I just can't. I can't force myself to watch it. But anyway, the music is it's good. I think that was it was timely. The music is like magical. The way it brings like Burke to life and just this whole world and the characters, I think is equivalent to like how the Harry Potter music that John Williams made brings that world to life. You hear it, you know that's How to Train Your Dragon. You know, like from the beginning, the track "This Is Burke" that's really good. The iconic "Romantic Flight" track, like you just want to cry listening to it. It's so beautiful.
I just want to hum it right now. Like
I know, yeah. There's a track at the end that's very violin driven. I think it's called like the Vikings Have Their Sea. That track is so good. That's a slept on track because it plays during the credits. So a lot of people don't listen to the songs that play during the credits for the most part. You know, there's exceptions obviously, but that one's really good.
Test Drive.
Test Drive is great. Forbidden Friendship. That one I think really captures like the innocence of the characters really perfectly. Mm-hmm. I don't know. This is like one of those like really. It's just a feel good, epic. You know, like I said, it captures the vibe of the franchise perfectly. I will say I do have to plug this. And How to Train Your Dragon 2, the song that plays during Stoic's funeral, Stoic Ship, is so great. That is like that's one of the greatest tracks for any animated film ever. I think
I'll
that's
check it out.
probably one of my two favorite tracks from the entire trilogy.
Wow.
And
That's
it's
saying a
that
lot,
one,
dude.
dude. That track hits hard. Like it's, I mean, especially that scene's so emotional too. And people don't go to the second and third films for the score as much as the first one because that's the one that established all these themes, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
that song in particular is just so good.
Yeah.
I love it. It goes really hard and really heavy, but then it also like it can be really mellow.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of different instruments in there that really get a chance to stand out. There's a choir too. The choir slaps in that
Yeah.
song. It's crazy. But just everything that's established in that first one that carries on throughout the trilogy and that everybody's seeing again now in the live action remake.
Mm-hmm.
It just, the music has really cemented itself in pop culture and has not gone away in the last 15 years. And I think it's the best score for any animated film, and I think it's just one of the best scores in general. And I've had a lot of conversations with so many movie fans, across the country, even some outside of the United States, and a lot of people have said that this is one of the scores that's in the conversation for being just one of the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
It's already at that level. I think it's aged well.
Yeah.
It stays in the back of people's minds. People hum it, people sing it, people whistle it. It's just, dude, it's a classic at this point. It really is a classic.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
2010 as
yeah.
well.
And honestly, like I said, I'm just gonna lump the whole trilogy in there as just like one score. But maybe that's cheating. I don't really care. But
I don't care.
the first if I got to pick one, I'm gonna pick the original soundtrack, obviously. But yeah.
I have not seen the third, and it kills me because I own it. Um, but
Of course you do.
Yeah. So I watched the first one. That was one of my first theater experiences on my own, or like without my parents, with a group of friends,
Okay.
and it changed my life. Obviously, like I mean,
Yeah.
crazy movie, insanely good.
Oh yeah.
Loved
Yeah.
it from the start. How to Train Your Dragon 2, right there, man. Like they are such good movies. It's like Batman Begins and
All
Dark
three.
Knight, and I need to see the third one, especially
I
now
actually
that
prefer the third one to the second one.
really
Yeah, I would go 1, 3, 2.
that makes me more excited. I mean, that just means the trilogy is like it
Oh, dude,
should
yeah.
be in contention for best trilogy of all time.
It's
Then
it's better than the Toy Story trilogy.
I've never seen it.
What?
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know you hadn't seen the Toy Story movies.
Yeah, I've only seen the first 10 minutes of 4.
That's my favorite one. So we're just pissing off the entire Toy Story fandom right now.
4 is your favorite one?
4 is my favorite Toy Story. Yeah.
Well, I've never heard that, but that's kind of intriguing,
Yeah,
honestly.
everybody's irritated when I say that, but they can kick rocks.
I mean, it looked great when the first time, like quality wise, it looked insanely good. But I've heard
it's the perfect
2.
epilogue to that trilogy.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard 2 and 3 kind of equal. But anyway, How to Train Your Dragon. I love both of the movies that I've seen. I'm sure I'll love the third. Love the live action. Like, it's shaping up to be one of the most solid franchises in my opinion. Like where
Oh, dude, yeah.
I can't pick a flaw like out of any of the 3 films I've seen and
Mm-hmm.
the 3 films you've seen. We've seen the same. Haha.
Yeah,
Same
we have,
amount of
but
How
just
to
not the
Train Your
same,
Dragon.
but not the same ones.
Yeah.
Actually, I would argue that I've seen more How to Train Your Dragon because you've seen 2 that are exactly the same.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're not wrong. But I'm excited, dude. They're making a second live action, and if they're doing the same thing, sign me up, dude. Like I'm
Yeah,
down to rewatch the animated and have the live action. Like the only one I felt good about is Beauty and the Beast.
that's
Live
fair.
action.
Yeah,
Like I like that one more than the original Beauty and the Beast, which I know is crazy to say. But
yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon, I
pissing
still
everybody
love.
off right now.
It's okay. I'll say How to Train
Yeah,
Your Dragon, the original, is still better than the live action for sure. But Beauty and the Beast, I'll say the opposite. But
yeah.
perfect one to have at your number 2, man. Like that, I could see how how you had a tough time not putting that at one.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It was tough, but and like I said, on some days it might be number one, but just as of now, this is just
yeah.
what I'm doing. All right. So before we jump into our number ones, we're at honorable mentions now. So just read off your honorable mentions list. We don't have to talk about them. Just, for time's sake, but let's see what you have.
Got quite a few, so I'm going to go fast. The
All right.
Revenant, Dunkirk, Interstellar, Captain
Yes.
America: The Winter Soldier, The
That's
Amazing
a good one.
Spider-Man 2. Yeah, love both of those. The Shape of Water,
Yeah. Yep.
The Dark Knight Rises, Pacific Rim, Dune Part 2. I know there's a lot of Zimmer on here. Blade Runner
Yeah.
2049,
Yep. More Zimmer.
The Lord of the Rings trilogy as a whole,
Yeah.
and How to Train Your Dragon was one of them. Gladiator and The Batman. And
Oh,
Inception.
all great. All great. All great. I
And
have.
Inception. Did you hear?
Do what?
I said and Inception.
Oh yes, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't forget about Inception.
Can't forget
I
about
don't think. I
Inception.
don't think I have. You might have a couple more than I do. But here goes nothing. Some of these are the same. The Batman. Yeah, awesome. Donnie
Yeah.
Darko. Totally slept on score. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. But honestly, the entire franchise. If I had to pick one, I'd probably go with. Honestly, Half Blood Prince. I think might have my favorite Harry Potter score. That one's really good. But like the Sorcerer's Stone is a classic, so I just put that one there. Interstellar, you had that one. La
Mm-hmm.
La Land, really, really close to making my list was La La Land.
Yeah.
Also, like you, really close to making my list. The Lord of the Rings, I'd have to go Fellowship of the Ring. I think that's the best score of
Yeah.
the three.
Same.
Like concerning Hobbits, just so iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the best Star Wars score of all time. Like
Yeah.
the Battle of the Heroes and just all the stuff that happens in the third act is incredible. Just such a great score.
Mm-hmm.
And Up,
Yeah. That's true.
which is
Even though I
my
don't
favorite Pixar score.
Pixar. Yeah. Okay. I was like, what? It's like, oh, How to Train Your Dragon's DreamWorks.
Yeah. Rivals.
Yeah.
But yeah, Up is such a great score. One of Michael Giacchino's best. He's another fantastic composer. I mean, I had the Batman on there as well, but anybody could talk about, The Incredibles or Ratatouille, Inside Out, No Way Home. The list goes on.
Yeah.
Dude's legendary.
Yeah.
He's definitely becoming one of the greats as well, for sure,
Yeah.
especially in the last 10 years.
He kind of always fit into that Desplot category for me, but now I feel like he's starting to get the light of day with the Batman. Like I feel like that just
Yeah.
shot him to a different level. Not
Yeah.
as far as
Alexandre
quality.
Desplat needs to have like one of those big, like heavy hitting blockbuster films to hit the same level of Giacchino in terms of recognition. Cause like he's not a name that people go, oh, Alexandre Desplat did the score. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And no offense to him, but like he does more Oscar level films, like more prestige movies. So it doesn't have as big of a crowd that flocks to the theater to see it,
You know what's funny?
But Giacchino does a bit of both.
Because I was just when you said big movies, Rebirth was Desplot.
Wait, what?
Big movie, Jurassic World Rebirth. Like big movie
Yeah. I
sucks.
did not. I haven't seen it yet because I'm tired of that franchise. But
I've seen it
honestly,
twice.
I'm about to see it now because he did the score. Not even lying.
Like the music is good. It's just
I bet.
it's
Yeah,
just the movie is just so bad that like you
the
don't
franchise has
even.
run its course.
But what's funny is he did Rebirth and Giacchino did the original World trilogy, like World,
Yeah,
Fallen Kingdom, and Dominion. But I mean, it's not their fault. You can't really tell. Like
yeah.
it's the
I
same
mean,
theme.
if you're a composer and you get the chance to work on a Jurassic movie, I'm sure you want to take it.
Yeah,
But
for
if
sure.
he got the opportunity to work on, I don't know, like let's say he landed a movie in the DCU. Obviously his style isn't the same, but
Hmm.
he is talented. I'm sure he could branch out and do something different and then maybe become one of those more recognizable names,
Dude, I mean,
which would be
he
incredible.
he would be perfect for Clayface.
Yeah.
Like thinking about Shape of Water vibes mixed with
Yeah.
some of
I could
the
see it.
yeah, like
He had to go a little darker, but he could do it.
he could do it. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I wonder who's going to compose. That's the one thing about Superman. I know it's a side note, but I mean, you kind of said it earlier. Superman 2025 is like I can't have that score as high as some other ones because they're pulling so much from the classic,
Yeah.
which is fine,
But it
but
uses it so well.
it does
Like
use it so well.
it's the best example of like utilizing an older theme for a
Mhm.
new take on the character that I could think of. Like it I don't know, it feels like its own thing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that
so
is true.
good.
And it's
I've
the
been
first
listening to
time
it
like
on loop, dude.
double composer for a
Hmm.
Superman movie. And
Yeah.
honestly, for superhero movies, you don't really see that often, which is really cool. So,
Not often. Yeah. Yeah. I do think real quick, and then we'll get to our number ones. But
mhm.
speaking of if I mean this is obviously purely speculation, and to be honest, I don't think it'll ever happen. But if Deathspaw did anything in the DCU, I think give him Wonder Woman
Ooh, yeah, that would be really cool.
and see what he can do with that compared to Zimmer, because then he's following in Zimmer's footsteps, and then people are already going to have their eyes on it. You know,
Yeah, because Zimmer's Wonder Woman theme is so good, man.
dude, iconic. It
Like
feels
I,
like something that was written a long time ago
yeah,
and was
yeah.
brought in for that character, but it was written then.
Like it feels like that's the type of music or theme you'd hear on Themyscira. Like I mean, I know it's just like
I
literally
know.
reading
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it, but it just feels that way, and it's awesome. Like the
Yeah.
so good. So many
I'm
instruments
also
too.
okay with all these side tangents because like we're also getting a chance to talk about things that aren't on our lists, and we're talking about scores of the whole century. So like
Yeah,
I'm good with these side tangents. If anybody listening doesn't want to listen to it, then
then
whatever. But works for
kick
us. Yeah.
go kick rocks if you don't like music, please.
Yes. Or like talking about music.
Yeah,
But anyway,
man. Number
let's
one.
move on to our number ones. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
My number one's already been mentioned, haha, by you, and it is none other than what I think is the best score I've heard in the 21st century, and quite possibly one of the best of all time, is Man of Steel. Um,
It's on your list.
I figured surprising you would be so much fun.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all. That's
Yeah,
crazy. Okay,
that
okay, cool.
that's the thing. That was when you talked about Man of Steel, I was gonna have it at two, but when you talked about it, I was like, no, it's got to be one because it's obviously better than Godzilla in my opinion. But it's just a score. It's timeless. Like it will
Yeah,
never, it will never not be. I don't want. I mean, relevant is a good word to use, but like there's a different word that's better. But it will never not be Superman. Like,
yeah,
and as much as John Williams' Superman theme is Superman, as much as David Cornsweet's is amazing, I love it. Henry Cavill or Hans Zimmer's Man of Steel theme is just something so special. I echo everything you said about it. I mean,
hmm
rewind 25 minutes and just that's how I feel about Man of Steel. But what I will say, maybe to be a little bit new from what you said, is I probably listened to this more than you, and that might be tough to say. But then again, you probably
that's
listen
a
to more
high
scores than me.
bar.
It is a high bar. Uh, I don't know. That'd be an interesting challenge. There's no way we can quantify who actually is the winner. But
Give me the
um,
stats. Give me your
yeah,
end of the year stats.
yeah. Oh, actually, that is a good way to do it. Uh, I can find that later.
Yeah, yeah.
But
We'll do that. We'll do that off camera.
but the delight, like, okay, have you listened to Han's original sketchbook? It's like a 28-minute long
Mhm.
track. Yeah, dude, that track. When I first heard that thing, I felt like I was in the room with him. And that's the closest I'll probably ever feel to that sensation because
Yeah,
it's every single track you hear, but like the raw version, if you will. And I almost love it. Like it's almost my favorite track, but there's too many good tracks. I mean, the ones you've mentioned. What are you going to do when you're saving the world? Is my favorite track.
yeah,
Obviously,
dude. That's a.
it's
It has to be the
it's
best track on that album.
it is like I mean I do not understand people that say Flight is better I think flight is incredible. But what are you
Yeah,
going to do? It just
absolutely.
adds.
No,
There's
I
an
agree with
extra
you.
sense of bass. There's an extra sense of soaring. He is a genius, and I think this is like as much as Interstellar probably is the one score that everyone would say is his best. I didn't even have it in my top five. It's in my honorable. Neither did you.
Yep,
I love it. I
correct.
think Man of Steel fits Superman's character in Man of Steel the best out of any superhero score I've heard in my entire life. I love the Dark Knight trilogy's themes. I love the Batman. I love all these superhero movies we get. I think Man of Steel's score and themes throughout the movie for Zod, for Clark Kent, for Superman, for like Tornado, dude, the death
Yes.
of pot, like come on, man, that terraforming 9 minutes of just insane tense like
Yeah.
music and
Yeah.
so many different tracks.
Tornado, by the way, totally misunderstood scene by many.
Amen. Like we need to
Yeah.
do an episode strictly on Man of Steel. Just call it something else and talk about it because I've just seen, especially with the new Superman movie, like the hate's resurfacing for anything Snyder touched, including
We
the
should
Snyder Cut.
do misunderstood movies of the 21st century.
Let's do it. I love that idea. I'm writing it down.
We'll,
I'm
we'll,
gonna start
we'll
researching.
yeah, good, because I'm gonna forget about that if it's not written down right now.
Misunderstood films of the 21st century. Boom.
And if
No, but
and
yeah,
if anybody listening is interested in that, comment down below if you guys actually do want to hear that, because
yeah,
I'm into it. Justin's into it. Let's see if you guys are, because I think that'd be really cool
I would love
and
to
would
do
get
that.
some really interesting takes from listeners as well. Like, because some people are going to disagree with us. Obviously, like that's going to be a controversial topic just inherently.
I love
But
controversial topics.
same, dude. I welcome it. It's awesome.
Bring it on. Man of Steel's
Yeah.
better than The Godfather. I haven't seen The
We
Godfather,
don't
so
have to open that door.
yeah, I won't. But all that to say, Man of Steel is, I mean, definitely for the 21st century, it's my favorite. Obviously, with this list, but I could honestly say it could be my favorite score of all time too. That's just how good it is.
It's
I
up there for
mean,
me.
like there. I mean, the other ones that would contend are the ones that are right below it, and maybe a couple that came pre 2000s. Like, but it's
Oh yeah, yeah.
I can't really even say that honestly because I think Man of Steel probably is the one. It's just that good,
Hmm.
and it'll never get old. It's
Yeah.
perfect. It's a perfect score. He's made a ton of perfect scores, but man, I think this is the one that takes the cake for me. And I think
Yep.
it also does show because you have it at 3, and
Hmm.
it might be the only one that's duplicated on our list.
Yeah. Even people who don't like Man of Steel like the score. You
Yeah.
know, people acknowledge that that's a great score. I also think one thing that's gonna that only time will tell, but I think that will allow it to stand out is that because John Williams' theme was utilized in the new Superman film, I think that decision has pretty much solidified the fact that whatever Superman happens after David Cornsweet, that you cannot unhear that theme
Hmm.
with Superman on the screen. That screen or that theme is now it's
It's
like
like
one and
a
the same. They're in unison from here on out. They are always going to be together. And if
Mhm.
that is true, this score will be the only Superman theme that is radically different,
Yeah.
but also feels just as Superman as those do. You know, you
I
hear that, you think Superman, you think hope, you think wonder, even though the movie is a little edgier, takes a more conflicted approach to the character in terms of like his own like internal moral conflict in the whole situation, whereas the rest are more like he does want to do the right thing. He is a true comic book accurate depiction of this was just more of like an Elseworld take,
Mhm.
and the score then follows in the footsteps of being Elseworld, can't be just like John Williams, but is its own thing and feels just like Superman.
I yeah, that's a perfect way to to describe it, dude, because when us Cinema 3D, me, John and Sam, we did score thing way back when, superhero theme, I think, episode. And I remember in that episode I said, obviously Man of Steel is my Superman theme. Like that's the one
Yeah,
I
me too.
grew up with in a sense, obviously, but like that's what when I think of Superman, that's what I hear. And I posted that as a clip on TikTok, like way back when last year, and had a poll and whatever, and I said like which one's better or which one is more. I don't know which one's better, Superman 1978 or Man of Steel's theme, the main theme. And like right out the gate, like Man of Steel had like 17%, and obviously 1978 had like whatever the opposite is, like 80 or 70 something percent. I
Yeah.
just checked a couple days ago. It's literally tied now. It's 50-50. And
Wow.
there's
Okay.
40 people who have voted on it since I posted it probably 7-8 months ago.
Yeah.
So that's just to your point, like even though a lot of people don't like Man of Steel, especially in the last year, it's just been the score has just stayed relevant like a lot
Yeah.
of these, but has just gotten better. Like it ages like wine, dude. It's
Yeah.
insane.
It really does. And to be clear, you and I are not like Snyder cultists that are like Man of Steel is
No.
amazing. You can't make Superman like James Gunn. Like
No.
I
I
like all the
love
different
that.
takes on Superman.
I love both. I love both in their
Yeah.
own ways. I think Man of Steel is slightly better, my opinion, but I love both. Like I'm not gonna hate
Yeah.
either one.
To be honest, like they're on the same tier for me. Like I
Mhm.
think they're all three, like Superman 78, Man of Steel, and Superman 2025, James Gunn Superman. They're all 4.5 star films for me. I think they're all fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, that's
Can't
awesome.
go wrong with any of them. I just think they all have their own voice, their own take on the character. And even though James Gunn's Superman borrows from John Williams' score, they all do feel like their own scores.
Yeah.
And I love them all. Like
Yeah.
there, it's hard for me to pick sometimes, but I would go with Man of Steel just because that's more of the wavelength that I'm on in terms
Mhm.
of how it wanted to approach the character. And it's the movie that made me like Superman more as a character. I found more depth in him through that movie, and I actually see him as a deeper character because of that movie in other iterations.
See, this is why
So
we gotta do some sort of talk like that misunderstood episode idea you talked about earlier, because
yeah.
it's so true. Like when I first saw the trailer, I think it was when I was in the theater for Dark Knight Rises, the first teaser for Man of Steel played. I at that time I was not into comic book stuff at all, so I was
Hmm.
seeing a Batman movie for the first time, which was Rises, and I also saw a Superman trailer for the first time ever.
Yeah.
And it was called Man of Steel, so I didn't know that was another, name for Superman. When I saw that trailer, I was like, "Whoa, this thing looks cool." Did not know it was a Superman movie. I went to see it like basically blind until finally I noticed the posters and stuff started being Superman,
Yeah.
because what you said about like it made me understand Superman in a different way that I never had before.
Hmm.
I didn't know Superman at all, so that was my first like introduction to Superman, and now I'm getting to see like the lighter hearted side. So I I mean I've seen a lot of Superman content since Man of Steel, obviously, but like
Right. Right.
live
Yeah.
action films, it's Man of Steel, BVS, Snyder Cut, and then Superman 2025.
Hmm.
I think it was just, I guess, not lightning in a bottle for Snyder and the creative team, but lightning in a bottle for me as a viewer. Like it was just a perfect time for me to
Yeah.
have
That's a
seen
good
that
way to put
movie.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like whenever you got around to it, that was the perfect time for you to see it too. Because I remember on the phone one time with you, or hearing your episode 2013, when you talked about it, I was like, man, this dude kind of had a similar experience where he watched it, didn't really know anything that was like you didn't have a prior uh, uh, thought processing on what you were gonna like or hate about the movie. You just went in, and
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's a lot of people don't do that with especially Snyder movies, which is to their
Yeah.
deficit. But
Yeah.
I'm
And I'm
just
not even much of a Snyder fan. I just like his take on DC.
yeah, I'm probably more of a Snyder fan than you are, but at the same time, it's not that much because it is mainly DC that I got hyped up with him.
Yeah.
but I love the Snyder Cut score as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think that I don't know how I got on this, but regardless, like Man of Steel, I love that score, love the movie, but I think that might honestly be my favorite score of all time. Now I'm thinking about it, so
Dude, I'm not gonna
you've made
argue
me
against that.
you finally made me understand what my favorite score is.
Nice.
This is monumental. What's your
This is
number
going down in the
one?
history books, people. All
Yeah.
right. My number one is a movie that I'm 100% sure Justin hasn't seen it. And that is Phantom Thread.
I did listen to like a good amount of the score though, and it
Okay,
was
good.
insanely good, man. Like
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
Yeah. So Johnny Greenwood is the composer. He is becoming one of my favorite composers. He just doesn't have nearly enough as like some of like the greats, like the people we keep referencing, Hans Zimmer, John Williams, etc.
Hmm.
But he is the lead guitarist of Radiohead, and he's also a film composer who gets a lot of work in Hollywood. He's worked on a lot of Paul Thomas Anderson films, and Phantom Thread is one of them. He's also done There'll Be Blood and The Master. Might have done another one. And he's doing the one coming out, one battle after another.
Dude, that trailer looks dope.
Dude, I'm so excited for that. I'm really excited for that movie. But Phantom Thread, I have a very interesting relationship with this movie. I watched it for the first time in 2020, and I hated it. I thought it was a terrible movie, but I loved the score. I was like, man, the movie was just as good as the score. But then I walked away from the movie, and I sat with it for a couple years, and I could not stop thinking about it. I thought about that movie probably. It's going to sound insane, but like on a weekly or bi-weekly basis,
Yeah.
because I don't know, something about just the way the story played out interested me. And at first I didn't think it did. I thought it was weird. But then as I got older, the more I realized that I like weird stories, and
Yeah.
weird doesn't make it bad.
I get
But so
that.
I mean, I was younger then anyways. And I was like, kind of like in the earlier stages of college, and was, I was still kind of like becoming a movie buff, and Phantom Thread was not the movie for me to see at the time. Like, it was one I should have seen later on down the line, but I'm just glad that it grew on me to the point where I love this movie now. Like, that's a top 50, top 30 or whatever movie of all time for me.
Hmm.
But the score is incredible. Absolutely. I don't want to say it makes the movie, because there's so many like visual components to it. Like, the cinematography is very much like looking at paintings. The way everything is framed, it's just a beautiful looking movie, but it's a beautiful sounding movie. Johnny
Hmm.
Greenwood's score is kind of the way I described Little Women. Like, it's kind of like that classical vibe. Like, it has an elegance to it, but it also has a dissonance to it, because the story, like I said, it's a bit eclectic. And so, like, the score, like on its face value, sounds like very like elegant and classical and fancy, but if you really pay attention to it, there's like underlying tension there. Some tracks
Hmm.
it's evident, but there's a lot of it where it's like hidden in it. It's hidden in the elegance.
Yeah.
And it's a brilliant score. And it's just the one that I find myself listening to so much. Like, if I want to just turn on something for the background, like while I'm if I'm reading, or if it's like I'm doing some work where I feel like I can multitask and listen to music. That's just something I turn on. Like, I turn it on all the time. It's been
Yeah.
making like, there's tracks that make like my Spotify rap playlists each year since I discovered it. It's brilliant. And there's so many different like tracks that, like, there's one theme that recurs. There's the Phantom Thread theme is the name of the track. There's Phantom Thread 1, 2, 3, and 4
I
separate
saw that.
tracks.
That's dope.
But then there's other tracks as well, like House of Woodcock. House of Woodcock is absolutely beautiful.
Hmm.
Alma is like I don't even know, like, that's just like otherworldly sounding. Not in a sci-fi sense. It's just like, it just is such a beautiful track.
Like
For the Hungry Boy, that one's good. And then the Tailor of Fitzrovia is brilliant. Like, I mean, it's just, those are all great tracks. There's not a bad track on there. But yeah,
No, yeah.
dude, like,
I gotta
it's
watch that
so
movie
good.
for sure. I think
We should
I
do like a
think
watch party and check it out.
I'm down. I'm down for
It'd be
anything,
dope.
bro. Or if we
And
go to
Paul
that,
Thomas Anderson's a great director, and it's Daniel Day-Lewis, and Daniel Day-Lewis is like the greatest actor to
yes,
ever do it. You know,
yes.
so there's a
Paul
lot. There's
Thomas.
a lot going for it. Johnny Greenwood's also, he's one of those composers that, you know, he's, well, like I said, he's worked a lot with Paul Thomas Anderson, but he's also done a few things outside of that. Like he did Spencer, and he did The Power of the Dog, two great scores
Mm.
that got some Oscar buzz. But he's one that I want to see where his career goes. But he, as of now, even just because of how much I love the music he's done, it's so unique. Everything's vastly different. But also there's a chaos in his style as well, even if it is masked in some elegance as well. But he's definitely in my top 10 composers. I would just put him there because
That's
his
awesome.
scores make that much of an impact on me.
Yeah.
But as he continues and hopefully does some more, because he's very selective with what he does, obviously because he's the lead guitarist for Radiohead. But if he did more that are on this level,
hmm
I would put him in the conversation with the greats for sure.
Would you?
So
Here's a question.
okay.
I don't know if this could be easy for you to answer or difficult. Would you, just from what I'm hearing from Phantom Thread, the way you're talking about it and how he composes and stuff, would you still want to keep Ludwig composing the Odyssey, or would you have someone like Johnny Greenwood take a stab at it?
No, I would keep it with Ludwig because I think the relationship that he's developed with Christopher Nolan and just the way they've been able to sync up together,
hmm
like that was the perfect follow up with to the Christopher Nolan Hans Zimmer collaboration that,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
went
true.
went on for over a decade.
Yeah,
But then Zimmer's kind of gone on to be with Villeneuve, and he kind of follows him now, and
yeah,
Ludwig coming up and getting on board with Christopher Nolan's movies. Like, I mean, I think it's awesome. I'd love to see him work with some other directors too, because he is younger than the rest of these guys for the most part,
hmm
and he's earlier in his career. So I wonder if, you know, he'll move on eventually, and Christopher Nolan will pick up somebody else.
yeah.
I also don't think though that Johnny Greenwood and Christopher Nolan would be all that compatible stylistically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Johnny Greenwood needs a quirkier director than Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan makes big mainstream
Yeah,
intellectual blockbusters.
I could see
Paul
that. Yeah.
Thomas Anderson does smaller budget movies. Like the one coming out now, he's got One Battle After Another and One Battle After Another. That's his biggest budget yet. Probably because he has DiCaprio, but
Yeah.
but that's a big budget movie for Paul Thomas Anderson. You know, he's more of like an indie filmmaker that's held on a pedestal, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So Christopher Nolan is a brand
Yeah.
to the world, and
He's literally a household
yeah,
name.
yeah, dude, 100%, 100%. And not that Paul Thomas Anderson isn't. He's just not as. I mean, he's
Yeah.
he's one of the directors that, you know, myself along with all the other cinephiles out there would say is one of the greats, because he
hmm
is. You could put him on the Mount Rushmore directors, especially of the 21st century,
Yeah.
if you wanted to, and I wouldn't argue that. But Christopher Nolan is just like globally known, and his
I know.
movies, like the Odyssey, is selling tickets out a year in advance.
Dude.
No other director is doing that. That's not making franchise movies. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's insane. It's
That's
crazy.
nuts. Like absolutely
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah.
No, yeah. I should have seen Phantom Thread coming at number one once you said, you know, How to Train Your Dragon at two, but I
hmm
forgot about it because I was so focused on The Fountain and Little Women being the two out of the three that you had texted me about way back when.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, no, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
check
I
this out.
mean,
I'm going to end on this question because you've asked me some interesting ones. If there's, 'cause I talked a lot about Desplat and how I think he's the most underrated composer out there.
mhm.
there is one composer that you think is underrated in Hollywood that you think deserves more recognition, some type of boom, maybe get like a bigger level, bigger budget film to get some more exposure to mainstream audiences. Who would you want that to be?
Okay. It's tough because I feel like this I feel like this guy's already pretty big,
Okay.
but he just hasn't done enough big movies in my opinion. He's done a lot of shows. Ramin Djawadi.
Yeah, I could agree with that because so he's known for Game of Thrones. That's like
Yes.
his thing. That's what everybody knows him for. His score for Eternals is
He did do
incredible.
Eternals. He did Pacific
Eternals is a
Rim.
slept on score. He also did the Iron
Yes.
Man score.
He did. And he
So
did oh man, I just had a well, it's a show, but he did Prison Break. He's one of those composers where I've watched countless different movies or shows, and then by the end, I'm like, oh, let me look up, the score for this. I'm like, oh shoot, it was him. Like
right.
that's why, because he flies under the radar, even though he's done so much stuff. So I feel like he needs something like mainstream to really
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Like he gets these blockbusters. Like he got Eternals, but it tanked. He got Uncharted,
Pacific Rim.
but it tanked. Yeah, Pacific Rim. He gets these blockbusters that he makes great music for that don't get
Yeah,
good reception. So then it kind of I think he gets kind of stuck in, not that TV is bad to be in, but he does a lot of the TV scores that
yeah.
like Game of Thrones, I'm looking here, Westworld.
Oh, dude, Westworld. Have you seen that or heard that?
I might have heard it. I have not watched Westworld. He
That
did House of
is.
Dragon,
Oh yeah, I haven't
Game
seen
of
that yet.
Thrones. But yeah, like he needs some he gets these blockbusters that keep failing and I want to see him do something good. But he could be another one like Desplat that I'd love to see get into the DCU
Yeah,
and get something big. Like if they gave him, I don't know, I'm
dude. I
just
mean,
spitting something out there, but like let's say they make a Flash movie or a new Flash movie for hopefully not with Ezra Miller. And put Ramin Djawadi in there or something like that. Like that'd be awesome. You
this
know?
might be too bold, but I would love to see what he would do with a Batman movie. I think he could do it.
Yeah.
I think he's done enough different stuff to where he could
Yeah.
conjure up something.
I think his Game of Thrones stuff alone shows that he could do it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But also, I could see him doing a Wonder Woman theme as well, like you said with the Splot. Like
Dude,
he's
yeah,
got,
he
yeah,
could totally do it. Yeah.
he's done so much of that, like Middle Eastern vibe. Westworld, you gotta listen to Westworld. If you don't see that, season one is
I'll check it out.
absolute perfection. It is the most perfect piece of a show I've seen alongside with Chernobyl.
Hmm.
But that music, man, that's another one where like every single track on that score is favorited by me. But
Cool.
that's TV, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude,
Yeah.
this.
But yeah, dude, Jawadi, he can definitely nail those cultural tones for sure. Like you can tell where
Yeah.
he's pulling inspiration from and it works. He's great with it. But
Mhm.
yeah, dude, that's a good pick. Well, that's cool. Yeah, so our fives are, I think, drastically different, despite we both have Man of Steel,
Yep.
which is a great one to have together. But dude, this is awesome. This is a great way
Yeah.
to bring the show back, and I'm glad you're co-hosting now.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, well, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Until next time, Justin and I will catch you guys later.